Hello, I'm Nelly Elessa, leadership coach and trainer, and welcome to my channel. And today I want to share with you 3 habits that have elevated me to my next level, which I call my version 3.0, to inspire you to elevate to your version 3.0 as well. Because we all have our personal journeys, we all have our testimonies and journeys that have taken us from A to Z and that has transformed us into the version of ourselves that we are today. So as usual, I have my notes to ensure that we don't miss anything, and let's get right in. The number one habit that has really transformed how I approach my day, how I commend my days, how I commend my quarters, how I commend my years, has been the habit of daily anchoring. So when I used to work in corporate, I used to wake up early. However, it was literally getting up, getting ready, and going straight to work. I didn't really make the time to anchor myself first before giving myself and giving my energy for work and for projects and for other people. So this habit, this shift, which really was inspired when I read the book The 5 a.m. Club by Robin Sharma. And for 3 years, I woke up at 5 a.m. to have my morning routine, to make time for my mantra before giving myself to my work, to my job, before giving myself to my business at the time, which was still a side hustle. And first, anchor myself. So, anchor my energy, grounding myself in my mantras, doing my strength workout first thing in the morning, getting my energy right, and really commending my day before I even touched my laptop, before I looked at any emails. And that has really been a habit that has really led me back to the fullness of my feminine energy, that has really anchored me into my own alignment, into my own being, into my own essence, into my own purpose, that I think we may take for granted. So I invite you to look at, how do you commend your mornings? What do you do first thing in the morning? Do you have the habit of taking your phone and checking your social media? Or have you developed the discipline to first ground yourself and anchor yourself before you give anything to anyone else? So as a habit which has never left me and which I believe has really elevated me and got me through some tough times, because in the early days of my business, I found it so tough transitioning from a corporate role into building my own business, which is today my dream business. But that required those habits. So for me, the habit of having a slow morning and dedicating at least the first hour of the day to myself has completely transformed my energy. It has made me more focused. It has made me more aligned. And it's something that I would really invite you to look into, for you to be grounded, for you to be aligned, focused, and purpose driven as you start your day. The second habit that has been really transformative for me is creative discipline. Now, as an entrepreneur, my days can be quite full, specifically when it was the earliest seasons of my business. I'm now in my 4th year in business, but for the first 3 years, it was really, really building, like really finding my flow and really building this business up. If you're an entrepreneur, you understand. But I believe that this applies also to leadership, because it is leadership in entrepreneurship. But when you're leading teams and when you have a lot of responsibilities and you have quite a few plates to manage, then creative discipline is really important. And that has been the habit of blocking creativity, strategic time in my diary. So literally time blocking, theming my days to ensure that I have the time to create, to ensure that I have the time to think, I have the time to envision, I have the time to strategize, so that I can execute powerfully. I found that this habit has kept me in motion. It has kept me advancing. It has kept me innovating, coming up with amazing programs, offers for my clients, and literally choosing progress over perfection. So, how are you blocking time for creativity, for time to think, time to reflect within your day? Or are you doing back-to-back meetings and you're not actually giving yourself the time to think, to strategize? I invite you to be intentional about having creative discipline into your everyday so that you can be inspired, so that you can be strategic, and so that you can be acting from vision and not from reaction. The third habit that I really wanted to highlight as part of this video is abundance mindset. And that is normalizing flow, normalizing increase, and normalizing prosperity. Because it starts and it ends with mindset. As Tony Robbins said, success is 90% mindset and 10% strategy before action. So I have trained myself in terms of abundance. I do not operate in lack. I do not operate in struggle. I do not do struggle love, struggle life, struggle nothing. I operate only in a frequency of abundance. And this shift has been so transformational. It has required a lot of mindset work, specifically when it came to finances and money and to running my business and growing my business. It literally required a whole mindset transformation, because I don't think we realize how frequently we can be operating in lack and not even know it. So for me, the abundance mindset has elevated my leadership, it has elevated my presence, and it has also been the key guide to ensure that my boundaries were aligned with abundance. I only deal with abundant being, abundant doing, and abundant having. This habit has been calling and will continue to call opportunities to you. It will call the right people who are aligned with you, because you are operating at the same frequency of abundance, prosperity, increase, personal expansion, and you will actually repel everything else. You will repel individuals and opportunities or environments that do not align with prosperity. So these are literally, I would call, my first 3 habits. There are of course many more, and I may do a follow-up video, but this has been the core foundational habits that have propelled me forward, that have propelled me to my version 3.0. I'm looking forward to see what you have to say in the comments. If you haven't already, make sure to subscribe if you love videos like this. I have so much more coming for you, and I'm looking forward to seeing you at my next video. Bye for now.